You are modeling what you would like to see, and that's calm and taking the situation seriously. So one big difference is I used to try to dress nicely when I went to the grocery store, went shopping and stuff, just because it makes me happy and makes me have a better day and feel better. But now I'm just wearing pretty much just kind of old clothes that I am going to throw in the washer right after I come in. I mean, there isn't a massive amount of contamination from clothes, but I just want to be really... I want to have the peace of mind that I'm doing everything. So I'm just wearing really, really simple things. Not wearing a belt. I'm wearing a cloth belt that I'm washing. I'm not carrying my favorite wallet around with me because it can't be washed. So I'm just actually putting my money, my ID, and my cards in a plastic bag. So that's my really glamorous accessories. I'm just wearing simple sneakers. I'm not too worried about the shoes. I'm not tromping around the house in them. I'm wearing an old baseball cap that I'm also washing, and I would really suggest for women not to carry their purses into the store. If most purses are not washable, a really nice fancy leather handbag, you're going to destroy the finish if you sanitize it. So you're going to destroy the thousands of dollars you spent on your handbag in one go sanitizing your purse, and over time you'll just completely wreck it. So I would choose just like a really, really simple tote bag, a washable tote bag that you can throw into the wash, and I'm doing everything on a hot water wash when I come home, and that just makes it really, really easy. So rather than getting dressed up to go out shopping, I am just dressing in the simplest way possible that I can wash and sanitize as soon as I get home, and my priorities have shifted. I would suggest for people not to even bother wearing jewelry outside. Like, fine jewelry can of course be disinfected, and it can be cleaned with soap and water. It can be put through jewelry cleaner and stuff, but it's important not to use any bleach or ammonia or any harsh detergents on your gemstones and gold, because even 14 karat, 18 karat gold has other metals besides pure gold in it. That's what gives it the strength, and that is what will be weakened and damaged by the cleaners. And also your gemstones can be damaged by the cleaners, so be really careful. I just think that, you think of jewelry, there's a lot of little places like the prongs and settings and stuff that are harder to clean. You have pave stones, you have a watch, you have all these different things that are very difficult to really clean 100% with soap and water. So I would just leave those at home and really not bother. I would not take your cell phone into the store because you're touching. Just leave that in your car. Lock it in the glove box. And I'm taking a paper list into the store with me. I used to take a pad and check everything off because I always would forget something and have to go back out. I was just so tired of it. And then when I would take just a single paper list, I would lose it in the store. So I take a pad, because a big pad I have not yet lost. But then now I wouldn't want to take my pad into the store, go around with it, touch everything, and take it back. I'm just taking my list, not checking things off. I'm just doing my very best and then throwing it away. So another thing is I definitely have stopped wearing gloves when I go out, because gloves really do provide a false sense of security, because you're touching everything. As soon as you touch your cell phone, your keys, whatever, you're cross-contaminated. If someone who's using gloves in a surgical setting, they may change them 5 times when they're dressing a wound or something. They're changing them over and over and over because they get contaminated. The virus can live longer on plastic than it can on our skin. So unless you're sanitizing those gloves over and over and over and over and over, you're really not doing much. If you are wearing gloves from morning to night, getting in your car, touching things, going into your home and touching things, you're just contaminating everything. You're not doing any good. The best thing is to wash your hands thoroughly with soap and water. So that and alcohol-based cleaners, that's what I'm doing versus gloves. I've kind of shifted from that. Another important change is not bringing your reusable bags into the store or really using them at all. I'm pretty much putting them away, and I'm only using them for moving things around the house and stuff. But they're pretty much going to go away until the vaccine is out and everything is over, and that's because they just touch too many things in the store. You're bringing them back in, And I think it's just a waste to wash them every single time, even though they should be washable. But I think, the stores are giving you free bags, free boxes, just recycle them, get them out of the house. This will not last forever, and we'll go back to our much more, eco-conscious way of shopping. But that's a big and very important change, and I think it's interesting to note that San Francisco, which was the first municipality to ban plastic bags, was now the first municipality to ban reusable bags in this setting, and they are definitely a leader in this crisis. So I think that they're right on track, and I definitely trust what they're saying in regards to the reusable bags. So leave those at home, you'll deal with it, and we'll get back to it. Then when you get your groceries home from the store, I think it's really important to sanitize them in a buffer zone. Maybe that's your front porch, maybe it's your garage, but find some zone that is not yet in the house that you can wipe everything down with a sanitizing spray, whatever that is, if it's diluted bleach or liquid or anything. So anything that's in a box or a bag or anything, I would just give it a wipe down, get rid of all the packaging that you can, and then what I do is I put all of my fruits and vegetables that are unpackaged into a big metal mixing bowl, and then I just let them sit in a little bit of very slightly diluted soapy water, and then give them a very, very mild wash with some biodegradable soapy water, and then a very thorough rinse. Then I let them totally dry. I just let them dry on towels, and here in the desert everything dries fast, so that might not be comparable for everyone. But it's important to let them dry completely before you put them away, wherever that might be, because that might get mold and get them to start rotting. But I feel very confident that I'm getting all of the germs off of my groceries as I can, and all the packaging goes straight into the recycling, and it never comes in the house, and then I wipe down everything in the house after that, and that's pretty good. I'm aiming to go shopping 3 times a month, and I've been shopping every 10 days, sometimes every 12 days, and that's been working for me through meal planning. If you are organized, you really can do it. And another way to make that long-term meal planning work is to freeze things. You can freeze so many things: lunch meats, cheese, hummus. We're going to go more into that later, but it is actually really possible to grocery shop every 10 days and still have fresh food, because I'm still, granted towards the end I'm eating more pantry food and more cooked food than fresh food, but I'm still making it work, and it just takes a little bit of desire and creativity and planning.